be alarmed. Yes, I am Kyuda, and I can help you if you want me to. Your injuries are severe, and you will not survive much longer should they be left unattended. Will you allow me to mend your body? Very well then. It would have saddened me to watch your life fade before my eyes. It pains me to see the chaos Rouub and her creations have wrought in your realm. I only wish I could have arrived sooner. You have been healed, warrior. I could have done it in an instant, but I did not want to startle you. You should be able to stand now. Such wanton destruction. It's appropriate that humanity calls this place the Sea of Blood. How many years has your war against the Okkar raged? Nearly 200 years, as yet. If I remember correctly. I sense you have many questions. Let me be clear. You are not owed answers from me. And yet, I seldom find the chance to interact with the mortals of Leyard. You are in need of answers, and it would be a coward's act to leave you at a time like this. But not here, among the fallen. Allow me to first take my physical form. There. Take my hand, warrior. We shall withdraw to a far less dismal place. Be at ease. Breathe deeply. We are far removed from the horrors of the battlefield now. I can sense your mind is swimming. What would you ask of me, dear child? You need not be fearful. I know you do not condemn me. You merely seek to understand. I will tell you why I was nowhere to be seen until the skirmish was long over. We fight the same battle, you and I, but on two separate fronts. As Elbion prevents Rouub from wiping out mortal kind, Rouub is forced to sow chaos and conflict in the realm of mortals to destroy them. That is why she created the Okkar, which you fight to contain alongside your fellow warriors. While you are busily defending Layard from the wrath of Rouub's agents, the benevolent Ki are grappling with Rouub herself. Yes, and with Palam. Between his tricks and her ferocity, the Centurion is near constantly occupied with their schemes. A millennium and a half before your time, we learned the hard way that we could not afford to drop our guard, even for a short while. You have heard of the Kalhana Laugai, yes? The time Rouub burned the garden realm Kalhana out of spite and vengeance. That event took place because we allowed ourselves to become distracted. While we were preoccupied with other matters, she entered Kalhana and set the world garden ablaze. I won't bore you with the results. I'm certain you've heard the stories, but my point is, if we could be here to protect Layard, we would be. But you are part of a much larger struggle, young one. Against chaos, against injustice. As we fight against a power that is our equal, so do you. Rest assured that your efforts are no less than our own. Your people call me the god of courage, because that is what I value above all else. Clearly, the terror of battle is not lost on you. And yet, you have entered the fray of war at your own peril. You have my blessing, mortal. Why do you prostrate yourself before me? Why should you refuse my blessing and beg my forgiveness? What is it you think you have done wrong? Wait, you need not speak it. Sit up I'll rest my hands against your face and see these events through your eyes. I see it all now. Neither you nor the Okkar were expecting to find each other. They caught you off guard, and your commander was too stunned to give orders until the enemy changed course to come for you. And when he finally did give orders, you didn't agree with him. He wanted to run and warn the flotilla, but because of the superior seafaring technology of the Okkar, you and about half the crew believed that was impossible. All the same, you could not bring yourself to counter his order. In your shock and confusion, you stood motionless. Because you failed to either move the ship or prepare to fight back, yours was the first to be destroyed. Without orders, the other ships were picked off, one by one thereafter. Rise, my child. You are mortal, are you not? Mortal beings have an instinct for survival. The trouble is also that they have a limited perspective. Through the lens of retrospect, it may seem clear to you what you should have done, but you did not know that in the moment. Instead, you saw two alternatives, each with their advantages and flaws. Had you done one or the other, you might have lasted longer. But neither option could have guaranteed the survival of your men. And while you recognized that your small group of ships had practically no chance of escape, you also recognized that defying your commander would have resulted in punishment for insubordination. And you had but a brief window of opportunity to decide. Greater beings than you have frozen in similar situations. Stop. You are no coward. The coward is one who has every opportunity to do what needs to be done, but would rather flee in fear. The coward is one who does not stand for their beliefs with conviction, but compromises at the earliest opportunity. A coward is not one who is presented with a choice, but struggles to make a decision because they earnestly wish to avoid making the wrong one. Would it surprise you to learn that I, myself, once spent an embarrassingly long time trying to make up my mind about something that should have been clear from the start? Well, that's a story for another time. For now, let these words suffice to ease your guilt. Having seen the events firsthand, I assure you that the deaths of your fellow warriors were not your responsibility. I can sense that you still require comfort for your aching soul. Listen well, warrior, for what I am about to tell you will not be heard in Layard again. This news I bring to you, and no one else. Recently, Struxa, Lord of Morrow, returned from the realm of Visrai with news. She tells us that the war with the Oakar will end within the next 100 years. How? My dear child, the Oakar are not animals. Rouub could not create them as such, or they would quickly be outwitted. So instead, she made a people as intelligent as any other. She blessed them with strength comparable to the Titan sons, but cursed them with persistent discomfort and restlessness, which makes them easily provoked. And finally, she gave them a stubborn, passionate disposition, so that, once angered, they could not easily be calmed. But that does not mean that they can't be. And, considering Strux's prophecy, it appears as though they will be. She was unable to salvage any more specific information. It may happen next year. It may happen in 50 years. Or it could take 100 years. You may not live to see it, but humanity need only endure. There will be peace, if not for you, then for the next generation. But now, I must return you to your people, so I may travel back to Valmund. I have already been away for too long. Take my hand once again, warrior, and I shall take you back. I wish you well. Until next time, young one, keep your courage.